Crewmate 4, can you hear me? Over. Can you hear me, Crewmate 4?
I've got you.
Um, is everything okay that end? You went silent for 7 or 8 minutes there.
Uh, must be a power problem, I think. Um, yeah, I I'm not doing as well with time as I did. I think. Um, anyway, yes, yes, I'm here. I can hear you loud and clear.
The We got a massive spike from the power when you press to send. I'm hoping that's a good thing, but it might be what knocked everything out for a few minutes. Um, could you check to see if everything's sent safely? It,
Yep.
it's on the. Let me check. Could you make a it'll be a it'll be a 10-10-6 check. Over.
Okay. I'm not good at the tens. Yeah, green light. Green light across the board. Excellent
That's
result.
that's good. I hope you realise how important that was and how much of a thing that is for your girlfriend, for crewmate one's family, but also crewmate three's experiments. That's going to make a huge a huge change to things. Well done, crewmate four. It's much appreciated.
Uh, Not a problem. I haven't really got anything else to do.
It's true. It's true. Your decay is holding solid, very steady at the minute. Where it is still not where I want it to be, but uh, not decaying as quickly as we'd feared.
That's good, I guess. So does that mean I've got more time to get the decay back up again, and maybe prolong the whole station, or does it mean I've got more time to do something else while we chat?
Would would you like to try?
Well, I can do the maths as well as you. I don't think there's any saving the station, but you never know. Make it go a bit longer. It's always possible. Maybe something will change.
Our as you know, our any rescue we could send is days away, but sometimes when someone's in your situation, having a focus on something can help.
Yeah. So maybe um, start with the station. Let's start there. Anything I can do to get the station in good shape. If not for me, then for someone else after me.
Head to head to storage, crewmate four. There should be some containers there that will contain some wires, some uh, hardware to plug in that might be able to adjust uh, the angle of the spaceship over.
Okay. All right. Can give it a shot.
It's a long shot. It's a long shot, but it might buy time.
Nothing but time. Okay. Yeah. We'll. I'm moving now. I'm heading to dining. Yeah. Should really have learned to cook better. Yeah.
What what ration pack was it going to be for the evening meal?
Brown, I think.
Never my favourite.
We seem to have a lot of brown left.
It's always the red that goes first.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. That's why they say brown has the longest shelf life, isn't it?
It's true. It's the one that at HQ they always say it's the one with the most nutritional value, but nutritional value doesn't always make food desirable.
In fact, often the exact opposite. Okay. I'm at the hatch to storage. I'm just pushing myself through now. What am I looking for?
It should be. It's a case marked 12-8, 12-8, 128, 12-8. Can you see it?
Hold on a sec. I'll poke around a bit. Yeah, 12-8. I've got it exactly. Exactly what you said. All right. Can I open it here or do I need to move it?
It's up to you. With gravity off, it should be an easy pull through. And opening it, you might find wires and things might start going everywhere.
Then storage is probably safer than anywhere else for them to pop out. Okay. Let's get the lid off. You weren't kidding about wires. You really were not kidding about wires. Okay. So I've got wires in all of the colors, red and green.
I'm glad it's you left and not crewmate crewmate 7 colorblind, I believe.
Uh, yeah, yeah. To make it easier to see, they've on the green one they've written the word green in red, and on the red one they've written the word red in green along it. So if just to be helpful for those who can't tell the difference. Geniuses, geniuses.
The it's a cumbersome setup. It's not something that we expected. In fact, I'm being handed the manual for it now. It was added for the last couple of missions, just in case. It's a long workaround. It's quite a process. As I say, it's not something we expected. But if you could take wires 3 to 12 out and the two larger systems from there, and the box that looks like it's containing a battery.
Okay. 3 to 12. Yep. Two larger systems and the box. All right. What am I doing with them?
Well, we need to get them through systems and we need to get them plugged in. Well, when I say we, I mean you.
Yeah, I figured it would be a bit of a reach for you. Okay. On my way over. I think I've got the lid back on safely, so nothing else will fly out. Bear with me a sec. Hello, systems, my old friend. Okay, what am I doing with them? Where do they go?
You're going to need to flip open the hatch on the computer to the far right, the large hatch.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. This hasn't been moved since they installed it. One sec. Yep. Okay, it's up. Well, almost all the way up.
Excellent, excellent. Now, we need to keep the systems steady. Have you got something in there that you can attach them to the side of the computer or to a wall or something? We don't want them
I've got
moving around once this is going.
I've got a number 8 clamp. That's about it.
An 8 clamp.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, try try an 8-3 with the clamp.
All right. Hold on a second. Yep. All tucked away, ship shape.
Fantastic. And then this is very important. They won't move by themselves. They're fully wedged in, connected in.
They're definitely fixed. Yep.
Fantastic. You're gonna need to connect the battery through a wire 7 in one end and wire 8 out the other to connect it through to the system.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm having trouble with 7. 1 second. I can't get that in at either end.
No, we have power's dropping. Power's dropping. We need to get this attempt wire. Now, let me look at my menu. Wire 10 and wire 4.
Okay, we'll give it a shot. Okay, those fit, thankfully.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Power back down to 40% from what I can see. Crewmate 4. Well done to get it in though. That could have gone wrong very very badly.
Okay.
Is the battery connected? Does it look happy?
I can't really assess its mood, but it's properly mounted. Yeah.
Okay. You should see at the end of each wire a different number of stripes around by the connector, and you should see on the computer itself where they can be plugged in. There should be sort of stripes around the socket. Can you attach? Is this foolproof? Can you attach the wires with the same number of stripes to the stripes around each socket?
I can try. How many do I need to get in?
You need to get all of them. Don't worry, you should be able to do it. It shouldn't be too hard. All the others, anything that's not attached to the battery, get them in.
All right. So, is there an order I need to do this?
No order, but after each one, you should see a spike in power use. So wait for that to pass just a few seconds before you put in the next one. If you rush this, we could short out the whole console. And by we, I mean you, and you could lose power altogether.
All right. So, starting with number 1. Easy. Okay. Not seeing any spike. Pressing on with 2. Got it. Mm-hmm.
Crewmate 4, I'm hearing that your girlfriend Sarah has been picked up, and they're bringing her over here. They reckon we can get here in about an hour. If you do want to talk to her, if not, she wants to be here anyway.
Okay. Thank you.
It's okay. Traffic.
They told her what she was walking into, right?
ish. I think it was not down to me what they what they were to tell her. I think security will be pretty careful, but I'm hoping that she at least understands some of the situation.
Okay. Because, you know, I'm just worried that she's coming here thinking she's coming to wish me happy birthday, you know?
That would be something. It's not your birthday, according to my records, for another 3.5 months.
It's about right. But
You did say you were
since
struggling
it
with
turns
time.
out I'm not going to have that birthday,
Maybe we could celebrate it using the Europa calendar here. That would put it much closer to your birthday.
yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah. Or is it IO where I'd get one about every 70 minutes?
Always messes with the birthday card industry. Our settlement there.
Yeah. Okay. Right. No sign of a power spike. I'm pressing on with number 3, okay?
Excellent.
Safely there. Going to try for 4. No problem.
Crewmate 4, could you check out of the window to the rear of the ship overlooking the solar panels? The readout in your angle has changed. Does tube to look to be in a different position to how it was a few minutes ago?
Okay, stand by. Um, yeah, possibly.
Mm,
I'm not entirely sure. You got to bear in mind I've been seeing that same view for an awfully long time, and I'm not sure that it's looking unfamiliar because of something that's changed just now or something that we changed earlier.
my readout is saying um, your decay has increased somewhat. You're at minus. You're at 0.345 AU orbit. It's definitely worsening. Can I suggest you speed things up a little bit? Maybe take a chance.
Okay. All right. Let's give it a shot. Yeah. That's solid. Looks okay. I've only got a few more wires to go. Do I need to plug them in now or should I move on?
Run through the last. Run through the last three. Run through the last three. We need them
Okay.
all in for it to have any chance of working.
All right. Number 7 doesn't stretch, doesn't reach. I think I've got the battery too far out.
If you if you have to readjust the wires and pull the wires, we do risk a power surge, but without it, you're not going to be able to finish the installation.
All right.
It's
If I move that number 8 clamp, how close do you think I've got to get it?
with the number 8. If you can shift it, what's the distance? Would you say? Would you say it's about 5 5 inches or so? 4 inches, 6 inches? What you're looking at
At the moment,
to
it's about an inch from the corner of the bulkhead. So I'm going to have to move it out a bit further than that, aren't I?
how far's the wire from plugging in?
It's hard to tell the way it snakes through, but I think at least if I can move it to maybe 5 out,
Okay, so take the 8 for 5.
we'll give it a shot. Clearly, I've got a good eye. That fitted exactly.
That is fantastic. I saw a brief spike, but power settling again, 38% still. That's okay. Oxygen at 31, holding steady. Comms at 19.
All right, I've got 2 wires to go, and then in theory, everything's up and running. Okay, one more. All right, I'm not seeing a change, but it's all plugged in.
Okay. You're gonna need to flick the switch on the number 2 system that you bought in, and then everything's going to cut. Everything's going to go off in the ship. Okay. You'll have oxygen, but my comms are going to go. Lights are going to go. Everything's going to drop for a minute, apart from emergency life support. You need to hold it for 30 seconds and then flip it back on. Don't go over 30 seconds though. The more you go over, the harder it is to bring everything back. Do you understand? This is serious.
No more than 30 seconds.
No more than 30 seconds, no less than 30 seconds.
Okay. And if I switch it off, I've got no clock, right?
Only internal.
Okay. All right. Let's see if I can do this. Turning off in 3, 2, 1, now. On.
You hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Are we all up?
We are. How's everything in there? Lights on?
Pretty good, I think, yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Numbers look good from this end, from the readouts. Seems like you've actually managed it. Wow. Pretty good. Well done, crewmate number 4.
Yeah, this is reassuring. So, power's back up. No change on comms. Oxygen's not worse than it was before. So, you said we need to adjust the attitude of the ship. Is that a thing?
It is. What you've done is you've plugged in a system that allows for the removal of certain parts of the ship. As you know, the station is modular. It was put together in orbit around Europa and was designed so that parts could be jettisoned to increase survival opportunities. What I need you to do from here, if you log in on the computer on the central console and systems,
Yep.
you should see there's a new system up. The password. Do you have a good memory or a Sharpie you can jot this down on?
Yeah.
Write it on the wall for all I
can.
care.
I can remember it.
Okay, it's 13 digits.
Okay. I don't know that I can remember it. I'll give it a shot.
It's 641 711 0949 220. Would you like it repeated, Crewmate 4?
Yeah, please. Let's break it into chunks that I can remember as separate things. So it started 6-4, right?
64.
Okay. Then after that, what's the next 4?
1711. 1711.
1711. Okay. After that, what's the next 4 after that?
0949.
0949. 64 17 11 0949. Okay. How many we got to go after that?
3 more. 220.
Oh, okay, that's easy. 64. 1 second. 64 1719.
Shall I just read you through it? You must press it instantly after I say it, though.
No, it's all right. I've got
Otherwise,
it.
it resets. It resets. That's why it's best if you know it, because it will reset if you take more than a second
64
between.
1711 0949 220.
That's correct, Crewmate 4.
0949 220 1711. Okay, I've got it. All right. Where do I enter this?
Center console.
Okay. All right. Center console.
Oxygen down 14%.
Yeah, stop teasing me. Okay. Typing it in now. 6417110949220.
Okay. You should see a new menu come up under emergency systems.
Yep, got it.
You need to jettison the section that the escape pods are connected to. It's already blocked off anyway, as it is. So it's of no use to you anyway. The escape pods have gone. Any spacesuit from there you've already taken. By jettisoning this, the hope is, the theory is, according to the manual and research, that it should push the nose up slightly and
Gotcha.
enable an improvement in orbit.
All right. So, good news is the escape area is useless to me anyway, as you say. Bad news is once it's gone, we're exposing an internal hatch, which hasn't been really trialed for this, to hard vacuum on the other side, right?
That is correct. However, if it does fail, the hatch to dining is a stronger hatch for this purpose. The hatch either side of dining is stronger, you may have noticed, because
Yeah.
it gives it would allow for um, various of the sections to be jettisoned while keeping at least half the ship safe.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I stay in dining or this side of dining while I do it, and everything should be fine.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully, everything stays fine on that side as well. But I recommend from now on, if you move that side of dining, to get a helmet on, just to be sure.
Sure. Good plan. All right. So, what's the procedure for jettisoning?
On the screen, you should have a command prompt if you select the section.
Yep.
The command prompt, it should give you an option of code. The command prompt, let's try, ideally, let's try 127.
127. Okay. Yep, it's accepted it.
Okay, now it should give you, you need to enter your crew ID.
Okay.
And your password that only you and the system should know.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't work very well if I kept it secret from the system, would it?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, got that one in.
Okay, hit the big red button.
Oh, that's what we like. A big red button. Okay. On 3, 2, 1. Got it. I felt that.
Um, you there's definite detachment on the right on the right clamp. There's, there seems to be a problem on the left. Are you seeing this? It's flashing up on my screen. Um, mm,
Well, I'm not seeing anything drift away past the window, if that's what you mean. Right.
this is a partial failure, Crewmate 4. According to my readout, uh, half of it has been detached, but the other half is jammed or not working. Press the button again, see if it'll work.
All right. On 3, 2, 1. Okay. How does it look?
Mm.
Didn't feel much that time.
Not good. My readout is that this is sort of causing some sort of listing. The pressure of it has sort of knocked you sideways somewhat. Your decay has increased. This is not what we want at all. 0.335 AU, and we're counting down quite rapidly here. You may need to get out there and do it by hand.
Well, all right. I can go back through the airlock.
According to my readout, you have 1 hour 17 of oxygen left in your suit, which should be more than enough.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's enough for almost anything. Okay, good plan.
You can watch a
We
lot of
have a
good films
plan.
for that.
I am making my way to the airlock. Dining ahead. You're right about those hatches. They're much sturdier. I think I always assumed that was because, they issue brown rations to people. But no, maybe there is an important safety reason as well. Entering the lab.
Power 34%.
All right, I will keep hurrying. 1 second. Made it to the airlock. Right. Helmet on. I'll. Yep, good seal. Right.
Okay, make sure you've got your kit, yeah? Grab your kit up from the hook.
Yep, got it. I'm strapping it to me. I do not want to watch it drift off into the space in darkness of space. Okay. All right. I'm inside the airlock, closing the airlock door.
Okay. Yeah, we have green lights our end.
Cycling now. Weird sound. Very weird sound, that. Always sounds like the air's rushing out into space,
Just guess that's because it's what it's doing.
Okay. I never really understood how these things worked. Right.
Okay, you are in a vacuum. Are you okay to open the door and proceed?
Yep. Let's take a look at that view again. Hatch open. There we go. Clipping on to the outside of the airlock. Oh, it's undeniably pretty.
I've, according to our calculations, you should be pretty much over the red spot at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, your calculations are about right.
I've heard
Yeah.
it's like that Jupiter's looking up at you when you're there.
I think you probably have to be further out to get that effect. From where I am, you can actually see the contour of the clouds, the edges of it and everything. It's amazing. Be a good place for a storm chaser if you think about it. Just follow that around forever. Right.
Maybe in another life, huh? Maybe in another life.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. So, right, heading towards the clamps, yeah?
Yeah. Take it as carefully as you want to, I guess. You'll need to. You can go. You can follow the lab to the corridor and around the crew quarters. You can clip in and attempt to jump. It's only a few meters to crew quarters and work your way around from there. It's up to you, really. You can scale over the top, around the side.
I think stretching the legs is a good idea. I'm going to hop across to the crew quarters and then creep along the main spine of the thing to get to the edge of the escape pods.
Fantastic. What cable have you got with you?
Just a 6, usual 6.
Okay, 6. Okay. Take a I'll take 3.
All right.
3 to crew.
All right. I'm at 3 now and jumping. And gotcha. Yep. Straight across. No problem.
Excellent, crewmate 4. Excellent. You heading on up?
Yep. Yep. Moving sort of towards life support, but outside. And then I'll turn towards the escape pods and crawl along the outside of the thing. Um, when I pop this clamp, assuming I can pop the clamp, um, how far does it fly? I mean, is it going to like fly off and hit me? Is anything going to be released, or should it all be captured?
It's all theoretical. You must understand. We've not had this situation before. The theory is if both fire properly, it would be shot forwards and would degrade quite quickly downwards, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't like to say it's with the other side already loose, it could head towards you. It could head just sideways. It could spin off. It depends how well and rapidly you detach it.
So basically, what we're after here is my luck changing rather than holding.
Exactly. How do you feel about that, crewmate? For
Well, honestly, I'm just taking it one step at a time right now.
well, how hold on to hope. I've heard they've made excellent time with Sarah. She should be here in just 10 minutes or so, much sooner than they originally thought.
Okay. All right. Okay. Uh, you'll make sure she's properly informed what she's walking into before she decides to, come on the line, right?
I will, yes.
Okay. So I'm at the hatch. You're right. The clamp is well. It doesn't look like it's solidly locked, but it doesn't look like it's flown open either. So, what do I do?
Mm. Um, does it appear that it has fired?
It looks like it's fired, but I don't know. If I were guessing, I would say it flew open and then like bounced back and caught on before the actual pod could shift. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, looking at it, it's about like on a clock face, it's at about 10. So I don't know how far I've got to move it in order to get it open. Any ideas?
Mm. I think you're still attached, correct?
Yep, I'm still hooked on.
Mm. From that angle, you'll need to you're gonna need to move it an 8 from that angle. If you can detach briefly, I know it's risky. I get it. I get it. And you can float a bit more into position and hold on to the position and be ready to grab back. Um, you should have enough time, I hope, but you would need a 4, I think.
All right. It's worth it then because the shorter distance, it's going to be much easier. All right. I'm going to unclip, okay?
Okay. Hold firm, hold firm. You need to keep one hand on each, um, one on the corridor, one on the other side to heave it. Start, and when you've got it, start with the 10 for.
I'm holding it on tight. Okay,
Okay.
let's give it a shot.
Now, if this goes, you're going to need to let go of it quickly. But if it doesn't go, you're going to need to hold it to go again. Okay. So you need to judge this.
Yeah.
You need to feel where it's going. Okay.
All right. Let's see what it looks like. It's loose. It's good.
Okay. Give it one more. Get in with the. You should see there should be one more screw. There should be a screw, a final screw, like a safety screw that would have got blown out.
Yep.
Reach in. For your screwdriver. Um, it shouldn't be jammed. I'm hoping. Again, your number 8 screwdriver should do. Um, it should only need 3 turns maximum, I'd say.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm on it. You know, it plays with your mind being in zero G. I'm squeezing my hand into a really narrow gap between two completely free floating things that weigh many tons and hoping to actually disconnect them so they can move completely independently of each other. And yet I'm not remotely worried about my hand getting crushed. Actually, rather the opposite. I'm worried about falling off into the gap. But anyway,
Whatever you do, don't fall off into the gap.
yeah, I
Crewmate
don't
4.
want to do that. All right. 3 turns, you say?
Three
Okay.
turns.
Yep, got it loose.
Okay. Okay. Do you see movement? You might need to pull it a little bit.
Yep, it looks like it's moving. Unless there's anything else holding it, I'm actually tempted just to give the whole pod bay a push with my foot.
Okay. Um, give it a go, crewmate 4. It's you're gonna need to. It's a even in weightlessness, it'll need something to get it started. Um,
Yeah.
10-6.
Mm-hmm. Okay. My foot slipped.
Um, crewmate 4. Crewmate 4. I've. Are, are you moving away from the space station?
Yeah, very
I
slowly.
are you still connected to the escape pod section?
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
if I can push off it, I might be able to get back to the station. Maybe.
how far are you? I can see the numbers are the meters already.
I'd guess maybe 12 out.
Oh, it's um it's up to you, crewmate 4. You gonna go for it?
Uh yeah, given the alternative, let's head back for the airlock.
Okay, crewmate 4. 12. The degrees. It's gonna need to be looking at about 7 degrees, I'd say.
All right. Wish me luck. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You were right about the angle. Thank you.
Uh, okay, can you see the outer hatch? The outer hatch.
The one where the escape pod was.
Yes, yes.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. You can blow it, but when you blow it, and you're inside, that's it. Oxygen will be gone. You need to. It's just you in the suit.
I can't work my way back round to the airlock and go in that way.
You can try.
Okay, answer me this. Is there any actual thing I need to do inside the station anymore?
Um, Let me check my readouts.
Because
Comms, power, oxygen. Uh, decay has there has been some success. Decay is slowing. You're still decaying, but at a slower rate. Um, by this number, you've slowed it to 3 hours before you go past lowest possible orbit. That's a small. That's um, James. You make a note of that for the next space station. That he's increased it by an hour and a half just by yeah. Okay, that's good. Yes. Yeah, that's a great success. Well done, crewmate 4.
okay, all right, then let's blow the hatch. You never know. Maybe the escaping air will give it a little bit more of a boost.
This is all good for science, crewmate 4. This is everything you've done today has helped many people.
Yeah, yeah, it's a nice way to think of it. Um,
Okay,
it is a nice way to think of it.
I
All
think
right.
its hatch code should be 83 over 83.
Okay, I'll try it. Yep, accepted immediately.
Fantastic. Now back away quickly. Pull yourself round. That air is and that hatch will knock you off into space if you're not careful. You've got about three
Excellent.
seconds. 3 seconds.
I'm
Two
clear.
seconds. Okay, did it blow past?
Yeah, it went. That hatch set off like it had a really urgent date.
Uh, okay. Okay, crewmate 4. You have 42 minutes left of oxygen on your suit from my readout. 42 minutes.
Okay. All right. Um, so what to do with 42? Well, I guess I could go back inside. I mean, not that there's any atmosphere in there. There wasn't much atmosphere ever on the station, but um,
I'm afraid that there would be no entrance to dining without blowing that hatch also, crewmate 4, coming in this way.
well, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I think we only had brown left, and it's quite hard to eat if all you're doing is smearing it over the front of your visor.
Hmm.
Um, so no, don't think I left anything really important in dining. Um, I
Can
think
I?
what I might do is
Hmm.
just sit in the end of the passage, so I have a nice view of the stars.
Can I ask you a personal question, Harry?
Yeah, all right.
Why did you? Why did you sign up?
Well, I suppose it was more than one thing, really. Um, Part of it was a bit of adventure, see something new, something I hadn't seen before, and Part of it was in the hope that the money would set me up for the rest of my life, which I suppose it has.
Mm. Mm.
Um, when I signed up, I wasn't really going anywhere, doing anything. And ironically, of course, I then started to find reasons I wanted to stay after I was already signed up. You hear that a lot from people who do this.
How after this mission, how long did you have left before you could go back on leave?
Well, after coming back off this, I guess if I've made it out with the others, so I'd have got the 6 weeks for emergency, rehabilitation and all the rest. I'd have probably had 4 or 5 months, and then I could have taken a full year off.
Did you have plans for a year?
Yeah, yeah, I did. Um, I was thinking I wanted to feel proper dirt under my feet again.
Mm.
Um, I was I was hoping to take Sarah to a sort of a bit of countryside. Would have been nice, I think.
I guess it's not cheap, but the money that crew like you make from these missions would have got you back to Earth or somewhere similar for a few months at least.
Yeah, you get discounts on the transit and things like that if you work in space. It's helpful. Um, sure, I mean it would have burned through a lot of money, but when you haven't really felt real weight for a while, it would have been it would have been good to feel that rather than a centrifuge.
Mm. What do you miss most of Earth?
Fresh air that doesn't come out of a can. Oh, and actual wind, um, a breeze,
Mm.
um, temperature changes. Everything up here is like a narrow range of temperatures. It's there's nothing really cold or really hot inside a space station. Um, so the thought of picking up a snowball or you know putting your hand down on a metal thing on a hot day and taking it away suddenly because it's hotter than you anticipated, that kind of thing. Um, I know they probably sound ridiculous, but they do matter.
Mm. It's been a long time since I've felt such things, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's tough for people like us that have to make our life and living so far from home.
yeah, it can be. On the other hand, it is something of a view.
Mm. I'm getting reports that Sarah's just about to enter the building. Um, she just needs to get the lift up. Do you know what you're going to say to her?
Um, Not really. Uh, I should probably think about that.
You've got a few minutes. It's quite a lift ride. While you do, while we're recording, I guess this is a chance for thoughts to be made. Your words now will be passed on at the next meeting of the corporation of the committee. Might make the news. Is there anything you want to tell the people?
Anything I want to tell people? Um, yeah, I don't really know how to express it. Let me give it a shot. I'd just like people to know that when it's coming down to the last few minutes, the last few hours, the things you really regret are the times when you could have been more kind or more compassionate. You don't really regret not remembering a fact or not having a smart rejoinder or not making enough money or anything like that. The things you really regret are the times you weren't as nice as you could have been. So maybe there is a lesson there.
Thank you for letting me spend this time with you, Harry. I know it's not been how you'd have wanted it to be, but it's been an honour in some ways.
Well, thank you. It's it perhaps wasn't how I saw my week going. Um, Honestly, I was expecting my week to be spent on a space station. I thought it would be really depressing.
Hmm.
Um, but thank you. Your words have meant a lot to me while I've been up here. And
Good.
I guess when Sarah comes on, you'll drop off, will you?
Yeah, I'll hand straight over to her. Um, lift's on its way up now. But thank you, Harry. I would say all the best, but just I hope that the two of you can enjoy the moments.
Thank you. I guess this is goodbye. Um, it's been it's been okay. Thanks.
Okay, okay. Um, yeah. No, no, no. She's allowed in. She's let her